I have a question to ask you guys, and you can put your answer in the chat if you would like. If you started as a hobby, put that you're starting as a hobby and going to grow into business, and what would it mean to you if you got to turn this into a business? What would that mean to you? Let us know in the chat, and we will talk about it later. All right. Then you need to analyze your possibilities for growth, for your business growth. Like, what do you want? You got to have that right mindset also of going into this. Like we said, we started as a hobby. We still had, I was doing gig work. Jess was on unemployment, and getting ready to go back and working part-time of her restaurant job while they were still doing some stuff, not full flesh because, that stuff that was going on at the time. So we had some more time than normal that you would probably have, but we still had things that we were doing. So, but we had the mindset when we started that we were going to turn this into a business. What's your mindset? Is your mindset to start it as a hobby, leave it as a hobby? Do you just want to make an extra $1,000 a week, an extra $2,000 a month? What is your vision? And if you get that set in the beginning, it's going to help you decide where you're going to be and where you want to do and how you want to build it, the space you need to build that. How much space do you need to make $2,000 a month? How much do you need to make $1,000 a month, a week? That's going to make a difference of your space. Andy, you started out your space. Did you start out upstairs and go down to the basement, or did you just start in the basement?
Yeah, we started upstairs in our dining room, which is like a 10 by 12 room, I believe. Of course, we had to get rid of all of our dining room furniture in order to do that. So that was super fun. So we started up there, and then we eventually moved down into the finished half of our basement, which is the biggest room in our house, really. And it's still not even that big. It's like 12 by 18, I think. And we outgrew that pretty quick. But when we started, we kind of had that mindset of like, we wanted to make this work. We wanted to make it big. But you can easily start out and just be like, I want to make $500 a month or something. And then find that you're going to get to the point where you can actually grow it bigger than that. So it doesn't really matter if you start out with one mindset. You can certainly change it, but it's a lot easier to start, knowing exactly what you plan on going into, knowing that you can kind of plan ahead, figure out what your next steps are going to be and things like that. Cause it's a lot like playing chess, running any businesses to a certain extent. You can't just watch like what the other person's doing and go, well, this is going to be my next move. You got to be thinking 3, 4, 5 moves ahead to make sure you're where you need to be when that time comes. So yeah, it's definitely just get that mindset early and hang on to it. But if you have to change it, feel free. As long as you're changing it in a positive direction, that's always a good thing.
Exactly. For sure. And you have to commit. You have to commit to this. Anything takes at least 90 days to be fully good at it, committed to it, that it's in your habit that you're doing. So if you're going to start something new, you have to at least commit for 90 days that you're going to do this business. So you're going to grow microgreens. You're going to go out and try and sell them. You're going to do all the aspects that needs to be done for 90 days. And 90 days will probably change your life if you want to do this as a business, because you're going to see the growth that's going to happen in that 90 days. I know we did. Our first goal was to make our first $1,000. We did that in the first month. Our next goal was to make $5,000 a month. We did that within 6 months, and then we just started keeping that goal and changing that mindset. Like Andy said, keep changing your mindset, keep playing that chess game, keep staying ahead of people. Definitely great points on that, Andy. Do you agree with any of them?
Yeah, 100%. And that's honestly why we have the financial goal piece in Farm Flow as well. So you can visually see, your actual progress as you're making it. So it's definitely a nice thing to have as just a goal setting thing, and go and always keep that goal out of reach, make it attainable, but keep it out of reach. So it's constantly pushing you to get better and try harder.
Yep. Keep reaching. Just keep reaching for sure.
Yep.
And remember, with any business, it's going to be a learning curve in the business. It's going to be a learning curve of how to grow stuff. It's going to be a learning curve of how to go sell stuff. Your first appointment, you go to a restaurant, you're not going to be good at it. You're going to fumble over everything. You're not going to say things right. But guess what? You have another opportunity to go to another restaurant. And then you have an opportunity to go back and talk to that restaurant. You might flub up like we did when we went into a grocery store. We didn't have the right packaging. We didn't have the right label. They still put us in there. We didn't have the space set ahead of time. So they put us at the top where nobody could see us. Because most people that shop are down here, not up here. No, they're not 6'6". They didn't see our product. It didn't move at all. They didn't get it out in time. So it was a total mess up. Now they're one of our largest clients. So just because we messed up, we went back in 6 months later after it messed up, and we got the business back, and here we are. So there's going to be a learning curve. We learn and we perverse.